I feel like we should do that again. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
Whew, and I'm Steven. This is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast.
We're going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to go watch a show. We're going to go hang out and watch the JHS musical.
Let's all go to the movies.
Let's all go to the movies. Here it is. All right, here we go.
Pedals, the musical.
27 minutes, 29 seconds of something.
I think it's just going to be this Rhett Mayer dude playing this riff.
Steve, don't do that. You know that white guys who play guitar hate it when you call them John Mayer.
I didn't call him John Mayer. I called him Rhett Mayer.
Welcome to 60,000 Cycle Hum. No, what the joke I was going for is Mystery Musical Science Theater 60,000.
There. Good grief.
It took too much brain effort to get into that. Holy heck. I smell burnt toast after that one.
Here we are.
Oh, it's starting
in the garage of love.
Nashville, Tennessee, the year 1960.
You can tell it's 1960 because he's got a tie and a button-up shirt and a beanie. That's like the style of 1960.
Don't worry, but
be happy.
goes wrong.
There's a transformer malfunction in the recording console.
More than meets the eye.
Recording, the guitar track is replaced by something unnatural.
It's just Soundwave.
Edits it out and re-records the guitar.
Are transformers unnatural?
No, they're cybernetic organisms.
People are wanting this sound.
That's kind of unnatural, I guess.
How can we give it to them?
Do Transformers have sex?
Listen, I bet.
I think they rub all sparks together. Let's fix your little antenna here. Put that a little closer to your head.
So that other people could use it.
So like a box. That
Why do you want to know if
affects the
Transformers have sex? Is that a thing for you all of a sudden, Steve?
box.
That's how you know if it's natural.
An effects box. Has anyone ever called them an effects box?
Why don't they call it a guitar pedal?
They're guitar
Rivers,
pedals.
Hobbs, you're
I
a
guess you can't build into that. Like,
modern-day
it's a pedal for guitar. No, they like
found
it's
it.
an
I know a
effect in a
company up
box.
In Kalamazoo, they can build this.
It's an effect in a box.
Oh, here we go.
It's raucous.
Oh, I know what I'm going to be for Halloween.
Maestro Fuzz. You have to hear this
Is that Kevin Smith?
If they don't sell those costumes, they're leaving money on the table.
Music for you.
I do.
With fuzz tone.
They're gonna have to
You
save
can
them for
create
like
guitar sounds
a
never
while.
before heard. Organ-like tones.
I'm going to go to Kansas City to borrow one of these for Halloween. That is going to be my Halloween costume.
Plus many, many more.
How many
Combined
more?
with reverberation.
Many. You just said many, many more. That's how
It
many.
expands even
They're
further
putting a
the
lot of-
range
attention.
of startling effects.
Wait,
They're putting a lot of pressure on this little guy.
Well, that's because he's a maestro. That's how you know he's good.
Fire up the band, Maestro.
They say I've got spunk. They say I've got spark. They say
All
that
spark?
I am different.
You're
Like
still stuck on
somehow
Transformers
I'm
having
more
sex,
than
aren't
the sum
you?
of my parts. I can be a guitar, but I'm also a horn. I'm also a saxophone. Maybe a
He's more than meets the eye.
He is a Transformer.
It's why I was born.
The dancers represent
Am I a
dancing.
mistake? A transformer that blew? Or do I have a destiny entirely new? I was almost a failure, a box on the shelf, a brand new invention, a genesis unto myself.
And then Kirk was like,
Steve, shut up. He's singing. I'm trying to listen to the song.
Reason Keith Richards can't get satisfaction and still
Get it? Can't get us that because Keith Richards used the Maestro on the song. Get it? That's this pedal history. He used this pedal on the song Satisfaction for that sound. It's a famous sound from this pedal. That's the reference.
There's so many things that I can be. No one knows what
I hope you explain all of the references that happen in this
That's
musical.
the only reference I'm going to get in the whole thing. I got that one, and I'm very excited about it. Now, is Rhett using a Maestro in this? It sounds great. If that's what a Maestro sounds like, I want one.
The year is 1965.
You can tell because there's no beanie. It's 1965.
And now he's got a jacket.
Yeah.
At his workbench
Same
at the
lamp.
back of Macari's
Same lamp as
musical
earlier.
instrument Store.
Maestro this, Maestro that.
You sound a little jealous,
You
dude.
shouldn't put your face so close to the soldering
Not
iron.
even close, must
I wish he was holding the soldering iron like a stock photo person. Do you smell chicken? I smell chicken.
Short-winded hunk of metal.
Dude.
Looks like a right dog's dinner.
Dude, chill out.
I can do better.
Okay,
You may not be the first, pedal.
dude, stop picking
but
on the
you're going to be the
Maestro.
best.
Make your own fuzz pedal. You
Only you fool.
don't need a dog on the Maestro.
More attitude. And Bob's your uncle. Now that's a pedal. This little beauty was no accident. Maestro.
Bob's
meet
not my
the
uncle.
big
Bob's
bad
my
town
aunt's
man.
boyfriend.
You know what? Whether a fuzz pedal is an accident or planned, it's still better than being a mistake. Right, kids?
I'm the new and improved. Boy, I'm much better than you. So you better step aside. Better yet, run and hide. Yo, you can't
much-
even
dude,
sustain.
just-
I hold notes that
Why is
roll
everyone
brains
being so
sound
mean to
good
Maestro?
that
Leave him
brain
alone.
drive the engineers
Why are you
insane.
picking on him?
It's 'cause he's wearing his hat backwards, but he doesn't have a catcher's mask.
You just got onto the scene, but you already late. Woo, sick burn.
Wait,
There's room for more than one fuzz pedal, guys. We don't need to be mean to Maestro. I want a Maestro now that these guys are picking on him.
do you think Rhett Mayer's using a tone bender for this song?
Yeah, he's using a drum bender for this.
Tone bender jammed with the runs and bed can pay.
Do you think Rhett's gonna be legit pissed that you keep calling him Rhett Mayer?
No.
I guess we'll find out when he gives us the silent treatment for the rest of our lives.
Do you think Rhett Mayer watches our videos? No.
Every single one. We were his favorite channel until you started dogging on him, calling him Rhett Mayer.
British invasion.
I only recently discovered that I like tone benders.
When you got one?
When I got one. Well, I asked for one and it was sent one. I
Oh,
was
hey,
like,
it's
I like
Josh
this.
Scott.
Yeah, just regular old Josh Scott, not playing a character at all. And the lamp is there.
Money, money.
Why does Josh Scott have a British accent?
That's not Josh Scott. That's Dick Van Bike. Get it? Because he likes to
that's-
ride bikes.
It's a bicycle joke.
I wrote that joke down for this.
The man, Ivor Arbiter. He's not an inventor. He's not even a guitarist. Nonetheless, he's about to change the face of pedal history forever.
Because he has the lamp.
It's got to
Yeah.
be a way
Everyone who's changed pedal history forever has had that lamp.
on this pedal craze. It's got to be an angle I'm not seeing.
I think those are Harry Carey's glasses.
Ooh.
If your fuzz pedal was a hot dog, would you eat it?
Yes.
It's a mic stand, dude.
Yeah.
It's a circle.
Different.
He's never seen it. You know what? They didn't invent circles until the mid 60s, so it
two or
truly
three
was an
different
innovation
colors.
to have a circle.
Yeah. Some odd little notes.
Two ears, a mouth.
You know, now that you think about it, the fuzz face is very silly.
Did somebody call for a face? Well, thank you, Mr. Arbiter. Ask David Gilmore who
Where's
is
the
a
foot
man
switch?
squeeze. Ask George
Have all these been missing the foot switch just because it would be super awkward and look like a dick?
Yes.
They all are missing their foot switches. I am a little upset that they don't have foot switches.
I'm smoking.
They put the knobs on. They could have totally put a foot switch on there and it would have been hilarious for every single pedal. Just a switch wobbling around.
Everybody loves
Would have
this face.
resulted in some
Under the
awkward
facade
photoshops.
you've all dreamed of.
I'm going to go and Photoshop switches onto all these actors.
Yikes.
I've got class.
I think it's demeaning to take a switch off a pedal like that.
How do you turn it on?
Switches watching this musical are, I mean, like pedals watching this musical are going to be livid.
the utmost in beauty and grace, and everybody loves this face. Dance break!
Wait, is Rhett Mayer playing a fuzz face for this song?
I hope so. It sounds really woolly. Aren't fuzz faces usually brighter than that?
Do I have any depth, or is that just a stretch? Am I just a round face? Who cares? I'm a catch. Call me a cab, ladies. I'm taking it home. I've got style. I've got class. I've got charm coming out of my nose. And everybody loves
It sounded like she was going to ramp up to rhyme ass. Why didn't she say ass? I wanted to hear her say ass, and she didn't say ass. She doesn't have
What's with you and asses?
She doesn't have a switch. She didn't rhyme ass with class.
Or grass.
Or grass. This is very disappointing. The lamp! The lamp is back. Every single time there's been a pedal innovation, the lamp has been there.
California, 1966. For engineer
We've got to get that lamp. If we had that lamp, we could make famous pedals.
That guy's wearing a lab coat. Did he invent the JJS or the Chase Bliss Gravitas too?
That's a joke about our own demo that very few people have seen. The beanie is back. I'll have to check
No
my
jacket or tie.
I'll have to check my style chart to figure out what year this is. Beanie, striped button-up shirt,
red phone.
Yeah, it's
red phone.
No, I
What
know
year
it
does that mean?
Sounds like a trumpet, but it's for
Like
guitar.
1967 ish.
It's
You want a what now?
it's not for guitar.
Yeah,
it's for
sure. Why don't
making
you just
sexy
Slap his
sounds.
face on it and call it the Clyde McCoy Wah-Wah. Oh wait, no. Just kidding. Hello?
Hi. Hello.
Hey,
It was my idea.
I believe you.
Everything's crap. Trust me, everything's crap.
well, this just got real meta.
Don't look so
Are you saying that he's commenting on the production?
I mean, I'm not saying he's not.
He's saying the whole production is crap.
I'm a fraud.
I mean, I disagree with him. I think it's been very entertaining so far. I think it's a little rough for him to say everything is crap.
It's just awkward because he's in the musical and saying everything's crap.
I kind of wish that all the other costumes have been to scale, and his is cropped in to be smaller on the costume. I wish it needs to be bigger, like down to his ankles, and it needs to be made out of metal and weigh like 600 pounds for this to be accurate.
He's supposed to be a crybaby, but he's more like a crybaby mini.
Has there ever been an emo themed wah pedal?
You're actually selling out all over the world.
Really?
I don't even think I've heard an emo song that had a wah in it.
I feel like that's a really missed connection.
I'll help
Emo
Hendrix
bands.
at Woodstock.
Crybabies. It makes so much sense.
Loves me. The Yardbirds and Cream, they just can't get enough of me. Will my wall really carry musicians to glory?
I feel like he's really burying the lead here. He's not mentioning that, I mean, he makes the soundtrack to Sexy Time.
As I stand
Wah pedals are the sound of mommy daddy hugs.
Are you just trying to describe the sound of a squeaky bed?
It does kind of sound like a squeaky bed. Is that why they use it for Sexy Time sound effects? Is because it sounds like a squeaky bed?
When he says he won't last, is that because up to this he's
The lamp! The lamp!
Is the Vox wah the oldest guitar pedal that's been in continuous production?
That's possible.
Because he says he won't last, but of the pedals we've seen so far, is he the only one that lasted?
I think so.
I'm a genius, maybe.
You figured it out. Here we go, Octave Fuzz.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have a minute of your time?
I'm about to go on stage. You got 10 seconds.
Great.
9.
I want to show you something.
7,
Someone who can change your
6,
life.
5,
Meet off
4, 3, 2, 1. He's out. Walk away.
Why is this conversation still happening?
Get on stage,
Nice.
dude.
Pause.
They need you on stage.
When she's performing for a crowd.
I don't get it. I don't get that part. Nick, write me a letter on paper. Explain that part.
With Octavia, what you see is what you get. I live life on my own terms, not an inkling of regrets. I'll take things up
What's an inkling of regret?
Say, I thought it was inkling?
In England of regret?
The regret of England.
Because they're British. Okay, now I get it.
With Octavia, what you see is what you get. I'll combine it all in.
What does that mean? What you see is what you get.
Bit cigarette. Am I sweet on the inside?
Because there's only 2 knobs?
But all the other pedals have had 2 knobs so far. I mean, it's a fun song. I just don't.
Was that like their slogan back in the day?
Maybe.
Like nails on a board, a breaking glass on a step above the rest. The soundtrack of your nightmare that you don't want out of your head. Others will come and imitate, but they're just a silhouette. I'm Octavia. What you see is what you get.
I mean, I have to admit, I kind of want to play around with an octave fuzz now. It sounded really great.
I'll take it. And I'm a huge fan, by the way.
He's a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of this musical.
You see before you
the lamp. The lamp is back. That means something important is going to happen. Every time that lamp has been in a room, an important guitar pedal has come into existence.
How did this lamp get from England to Japan?
They're shipping it around. Every time that lamp ends up somewhere, it's an important situation.
Blasting propaganda into the Japanese airways. I don't remember hearing much, but I remember hearing swooshing, whooshing, washing, swooshing sound. I wonder if I can put that into a pedal.
As a half Asian American, how do you feel about this, Steve?
It'd be worse if it was played by Josh Scott.
That would be a lot worse.
Some try to find me and my chorus of phasing, but the truth is I'm astounding, amazing.
I don't think I own a Univibe style pedal. I own vibratos, but that's not the same.
No.
Who will use me in my movement, my flight through the air? Does anyone dare?
The dancers make a lot of sense for this, doing like the swishing thing and the flowing thing. I think that works really well.
Realize our heads aren't in the frame anymore.
No one can see our heads when we stand like this. I don't want to not show respect, though.
What are we pledging allegiance to?
Univibes.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe guitar pedals in general? I don't know.
When your voice feels
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
It looks like we're talking to our dicks.
You don't talk to your dick?
I didn't say I don't. I say it looks like we're talking to our dicks.
Hey, little buddy.
What's that? You wish that we had a Univibe? Yeah, I agree, little guy. Maybe we should get a Univibe.
What's that? Little Timmy's falling in the well?
We don't have time for your dick to go save a child stuck in a well, Steve.
Let that fuzz and wah-wah seed
Oh, it's still going. Wow. She's so sparkly.
I'm a motion, a movement, so much than mere words. I'm a voice to be heard.
The lamp is back. Every single time there's been a pedal innovation.
Wait, hold on.
The lamp is so important.
Is that wait, how did Mike Matthews get the lamp?
Rock and roll. My name's Mike
I want to
Matthews.
see on a globe the travels of the lamp.
A year ago in
Goes from
68.
England, Nashville,
I'm
Japan,
not a designer
New
like
York.
Bob Meyer, but I know business and I know good ideas.
Has Mike Matthews ever been that young?
is one of
Did
my
he
best.
ever have
I need some help.
hair that
Bobby.
wasn't gray?
Come on.
Do you need something?
Yeah, I got
Has
this
Mike
thing.
Matthews ever
Brilliant idea. I
not
can't
been
get off the
carrying a
ground,
cigar?
but you do
No,
it.
he was.
You always do. Come on.
A lot of people don't know this, but Mike Matthews is the baby from Roger
good.
Rabbit.
Good. Robert?
He was smoking cigars the moment he was born and never
Bring it in.
stopped. If he stops smoking a cigar, he will die. They are the only thing keeping him alive.
Just call me Muff, a true New Yorker, a little rough, a lot of scruff, no room for fluff. Just call me Muff.
That's not fluff. No room for fluff. That's why he's not in this. That's why they got Rhett Mayer.
That's a diss right there. Don't even bother, Ryan Bruce.
That makes the Maestro blush. Invented by two geniuses.
How funny would it be if he had a foot switch? I'm just saying, it would be hilarious, right?
I'm more than a box or
If I get one of these as a Halloween costume, I'm putting on a foot switch.
First place. A lot has changed since 62, cause this is New York, not Kalamazoo. I'm the Muff. I'm the Muff.
I feel like this is the type of guy
He's the Muff.
who would be trying to sell me speakers out of the back of a van in a parking lot. Hey buddy, I got a whole van full of speakers here. These are worth a lot of money, but I'll sell them to you cheap.
I started on Broadway, it weren't enough. I'm the new
Why does he need a van? He's got all that extra room inside the case.
That's where the tone is stored, Steve.
Pretty gruff, I got scruffed up enough, ain't no bluff, I'm the
You'd
Muff.
think that for a pedal with a tone knob, he could dial it back a little bit. Like, bring down the tone a little bit, dude. You've got a lot of attitude here. I think you could pull it back a couple notches. Oh, come on, Rhett Mayer, turn them all on! Turn them all on! All the pedals, all the pedals, all the pedals.
This is the movement. It's really loud. This is
I like that effect right there where it just goes in and out of focus. Like, because they're mostly all fuzz pedals. And so it's like the video is fuzzy.
The whole thing should be out of focus.
Here's what you get. Everybody loves this face.
So if this was a shopping guide, Steve, and you had never heard of these pedals before, which one would you be buying off this demo video?
Not the wah.
He's so sad.
He's like, everything's crap, even me.
It's because he's a crybaby. He's so sad.
Guys, I got a new look.
You're never gonna make it, kid. You can't put lipstick on a pig.
Stop picking on Maestro. Leave him alone. Why are you guys so mean to Maestro? So which one would you buy if this was a demo video?
I think I'm leaning towards that Octavia.
I think I want the Octavia for the sound. I like those sounds a lot. I feel really bad for the Maestro.
Low sales, like extremely low sales. Is it just me?
I feel bad for him.
You want to give Maestro that affordable treatment.
Come home with me, Maestro.
Give him a little second life.
You can come.
60 cycle hum.
You can come live with me, Maestro. I'll hang out with you. It's not true what the other fuzz pedals say. You're good. You're still good, Maestro.
we are not through. In chapter 1, start chapter 2.
Wait, how long is this? We're gonna.
Chapter 2.
I feel like I've been watching this my whole life. It will never end. Start chapter 2?
Start chapter 2. And 3 and 4 and 5.
The arrogance behind making a pedal musical and then also being like, you know what? Before we even see if people like it, stay tuned for the sequel.
Episode 6 is actually going to be about that de-arm and tremolo. It's going to be a prequel.
You know what? This is a lot like The Fast and the Furious. This is about family, okay? Oh, here we go. You think they have any food out in the courtyard?
Oh, like snacks?
Like a pretzel and like some hot chocolate or something?
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, when I was a kid, like going to plays, that was always my favorite part. Like the snacks during the intermission, you know?
You know what my favorite song was, Ryan?
What?
Ask me what my favorite song was.
What was your favorite song, Steve?
The last song. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it meant it was over.
Oh my god. Oh, these guys ain't half bad.
No, they're not half bad.
They're not half good either.
It actually happened, a crazy idea.
Oh, hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Bye, Josh.
See you later.
Yeah. Do you have an invention for the invention exchange, Steve?
Hold on. Hold on. I think I got something over here.
Is it another Steve drink?
Sponsor this by
My invention is pedals with foot switches to represent genitals. All right, let's get to the regular podcast episode, Steve.
All right.
And that's really exciting. So, thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you to the...
That was crazy, Steve. A whole musical all about pedals. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it, Ryan.
And we had a lot of funny jokes to say, didn't we?
Yes, we did. All the jokes.
Do you think there were too many dick jokes or not enough?
I think there was the right amount.
The right amount of dick jokes.
Yeah.
You think with all those dick jokes, Josh Scott will still share this episode?
It was the me of dick jokes. Not too much dick, not too little dick, just the right amount.
Well, that's subjective. Anyways, we should do a sponsorship. We're already like half an hour.
No, we got an ad. We're doing an ad.
Okay, let's do the ad first. It's not really an ad. It's like I think it's conceptual art.
This first ad was sent by Chris Reynolds. It is a tiny house.
It kind of looks big for a tiny house. Yeah, I get that it is technically smaller than most homes.
I think this is technically a tiny house.
Okay, it's technically a tiny house.
2 lofts. I don't even see a flipping kitchen, man.
Look at the basement space in this tiny house. Tiny houses don't usually have basements.
You just store stuff.
You can crawl down in there.
I guess that's where I go to escape my children.
So that's where you store all the guitar cases.
That's where you store your children? What?
So it's clearly a rendering. This is like a 3D rendering of a tiny house concept that's made to look like an acoustic guitar, which is kind of clever in a lot of ways. Like I really like that round window for the sound hole. And then there's another window for the bridge.
Here's your problem number 1. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready for the problem, Steve.
All right. So because this is an acoustic guitar, you've got, the classic double bout. So you've got the shoulder and then the upper bout, lower bout.
Yeah.
Which means every time it rains, all your water is just going to roll into the middle of the guitar body there.
Oh,
it's just going to sit there.
Yeah. Well, you got to have a little bit of an angle there so that it pours off, and then it's going to pour off right over your little sound hole window there.
Well, that could be cool because you got some strings there. So when it comes down,
it would be
like bling, 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 bling.
It would be much more practical to theme your tiny house after an arch top guitar to get the curves going and lay it on its back. But then people driving by won't be able to see immediately that it's a guitar. So
you know what they should shape this after?
A flying V.
Boss Katana. Or not, Fender Katana.
A Fender Katana.
Fender Katana.
I knew what you meant. A Fender Katana is already shaped like a mid-century modern house. Just throw that like white rock roof on the top and some of the rock paneling on the side and some sort of fancy glass door, and you've got yourself a mid-century modern
Also, I
home.
realize structurally like it's probably more stable to lay this on its side. But what if this house was just vertical and you've got like a telephone a lineman's ladder going up the neck.
Yeah.
So you can just go up there and have yourself a little picnic 40 feet up in the sky.
Well, they already have it, put on its side, and it's got, little lofts in there. You could just do a proper 2-story house if you had it vertical.
Yeah.
And you would get excellent TV reception if you connected your antenna to one of the strings.
Yeah. There you go.
The biggest thing I want to call BS on with this house, you've built a guitar themed house that looks like a guitar.
Right.
We're shown pictures of the inside of it. Not a single guitar inside the house. The person who ordered this was like, "Hello, architecture company. Yeah, I'd like you to design me a house that looks exactly like an acoustic guitar." No, I don't play guitar.
Yeah, I just
is that unusual? Why do you think I play? Why would you ever think that I play guitar just because I want a tiny house shaped like a guitar? Like, there's no guitars in the house.
I found the kitchen.
Where's the kitchen?
The kitchen is in this little photo right here, right there. Right, it's right here, Ryan. It's right.
Oh, it's like a sink.
It's right here.
It's
You
right.
See it?
See it? I'll have to try to put it here.
Yeah, there's just like a sink there, and it looks like maybe a little
Are we
electric
sure that's the
range.
kitchen? It might just be a quarter bathroom.
It's both. I'm sure it's both.
Are you saying that you're going to pee and poop in the sink?
No, I'm saying there's probably a toilet right next to your electric range.
No, it's a fridge, and the top shelf is the fridge, and the bottom shelf, like a toilet, pulls out. I mean, you're not supposed to poop where you eat.
It gives a whole new meaning to Upper Decker.
This is a raunchy episode so far. I can't believe Josh Scott is going to share this with all his viewers.
I forgot about that.
Thanks, Josh.
Whoops.
We are shooting ourselves in the foot so hard. This could have been our best played episode ever, and we've made it so that Josh will be too embarrassed
Here's
to
what
share
I
it.
want to know.
Uh-huh.
Here's what I want to know.
Yeah. Are you going to go my way?
Am I what?
Are you going to go my way?
I thought you said,
what I really, really want to know?
I thought you were saying, are you going to go mow it? I'm like, the grass looks well manicured here. I don't think I need to mow it. All right. Josh Scott is riding his bike through the Kansas countryside. He's 30 miles in to a 60-mile ride.
You're talking about Dick Van Bike.
Dick Van Bike. He sees this house. How many clones does Josh Scott sell to buy this house?
Well, what Josh Scott does when he sees this house is he parks his bike, he puts down the kickstand, he pulls up his Sony A7S, and he takes a photo of it and then puts it on Instagram and lists all of, like, the f-stops and everything like that.
Oh my gosh. This is like meta on meta.
If you follow Josh Scott on Instagram or Facebook or wherever he does these posts, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And if you don't, you are completely lost. I'm glad this is a rendering. I'm glad this doesn't exist. Like, I feel like if you rendered
it's too much. It's too much.
If like you designed this and you were like, this is just a thing I got bored and I decided to draw this up.
No, this is totally like a architecture college project or something like that.
As soon as you're driving around and you actually see one of these, you're just like, why?
Have you ever seen the house in Encinitas that's shaped like two boats?
Probably, but maybe I just thought they were boats.
It's that kind of thing. They're big. It's two boats, but they're definitely houses.
Are they like destroyers?
No, they look like cartoon sailing boats.
Heavy cruisers? Frigates?
I had no point that I was going for there.
One of them is an aircraft carrier and the other one's actually a submarine.
What do you think about tiny homes in general? Would you live in one?
I have 2 kids, so no.
Yeah, it gets hard. Like,
where am I going to put all my guitars?
I used to spend a lot of time on the site Boing Boing, and they were pushing tiny homes hard. And I'd look at them like, I could make it work if I was by myself. You introduce, a couple into that situation, and stuff starts getting tense really quick.
A friend of mine posted their...
And then you put kids in there, and it's like, no, there's no possible way.
A friend of mine is planning to do a lot of vacationing in the next couple of years. Family of 5, and recently posted, do you think my family of 5 could fit in this tiny house. It's like a Airbnb on like the other side of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, no. It's like two adults, and their oldest child is also an adult.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
And then like two, like probably mid-late, like 8 to 10-year-old range or 7 to 10-year-old range children. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess you're only going to be there for a couple days, but I'm trying to count the beds, and I'm like, I guess there's maybe 2 beds here, but there's 5 of you, so I don't know how that works.
People used to live in all sorts of tiny homes back in prospector days and stuff
they
like
all
that.
Slept on top of each other.
Right, but also during the day, they went outside and worked the field all day long. Like you're on vacation. Like, I guess if that's just where you're sleeping and you're doing other stuff, that's fine. But like, people live in the tiny homes like full time.
No, I couldn't. I
couldn't.
I was like, well, and it's funny is a lot of those. So you ever watch like Tiny Home Nation?
No.
So I think it's called Tiny Home Nation.
I'm assuming it's on TLC or something like that.
Yeah, HGTV or whatever.
Okay.
You know, one of these. It's one of these. Get a famous tiny home designer to build you a tiny home, and a lot of them. I shouldn't say a lot, but at least some of them, like they do follow-ups, just like magazines will do follow-ups on these people and be like, 6 months later, these 2 people divorced because they hated each other so much.
They moved into a medium home.
Yeah. They were like, if we don't get out of this tiny house, we're going to literally murder each other.
Tiny house murders would be a bonkers true crime show.
Oh my gosh.
These people lived in a tiny home, and 4 days later they killed each other because they couldn't deal with it.
See their harrowing story, their tale of survival.
I couldn't do my job out of a tiny home. Like I couldn't like do demo videos out of a tiny home. There's not enough space.
I was even thinking of like,
unless it was this house, because the house is the guitar, and I just demo that guitar all the time.
You just plug the house into Fender Princeton.
How's your tiny home tone?
Tiny ho tone.
How's your tiny home tone? Hey, is that tiny home made out of tone wood or what? Is that spruce?
Yeah, what kind of wood?
Spruce or mahogany?
What kind of wood is this? It does look kind of like a maple top here.
Yeah.
Mahogany neck.
It would be nice if this was a full ad with listings of all the features and stuff like that. Like, I want to know what gauge strings is on this.
Do you ever use the little wire thing over here?
Little wire thing?
The little thing that you're supposed to put plugs in.
Oh, sometimes. I have these little things on the side of the table.
I got bad news for you. I got a little too fidgety.
Oh, you broke it off? It's fine. Don't worry about it. There it is. I actually use clamps more often than I use those things. Don't worry about it.
Clamps.
Clamp it.
Jed, you got anything else about that? What was that sound? I just heard it. I heard the tiny house guitar sing to me.
It said, "This bit's over. Move on."
Yeah. This week's episode is brought to you by Chase Bliss Audio. I brought a little thing for you guys to see.
Do you have it with you?
When I posted this on Instagram, everyone was like, "Ryan bought 2," and I was like, "No, idiots. There's 2 of us." I have the black Bliss Factory.
Mine's on
black
the wall
or
over
like
there.
slate gray. I think
it's like
black.
a matte black.
It's a matte black.
That's the
Bliss
color
Factory.
all the rich people are painting their sports cars these days.
I was going to say, that's the color all the rich people are buying.
Well, it is on their sports cars and their Humvees and stuff. They get the matte black finished cars. It's a whole trend.
I really like the way this one looks.
It looks pretty good.
That's the Bliss Factory from Chase Bliss.
Don't even try to buy it. They're sold out.
Yeah, they're sold out again.
We've got one. You don't.
There might be more later. But it's got a ton of features, just like all Chase Bliss pedals. I keep wanting to say JHS. We spent so much time talking about JHS.
They poisoned our mind with that play. That was the whole idea behiing the play, to just poison your mind and make you think about nothing but JHS. It's a conspiracy.
But they have lots of pedals. A lot of everything from Chase Bliss is a modulation effect at some point.
Everything is a chorus.
But speaking of choruses, they've got the warped vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the gravitas. Mm-hmm. The mood.
They've got the Therme.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the tonal recall.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the preamp Mark II.
And the CXM 1978.
They had the Brothers. I think they might be done with the Brothers.
I think they're done with the Brothers.
I have a Brothers.
Anyway, Go check them out. ChaseBlissAudio.com. They make pedals more creative than you are.
And better looking. I mean, look at this thing. It's better looking than either of us. Oh, it's hot.
So good looking.
Ooh, it's so good looking right now.
So good. It's like Hansel.
This topic is posted to the group by C. Noah Baus. I'm not sure how to say his last name.
Boaz. Sorry,
we're murdering your last name.
This isn't an Acoustasonic Jazzmaster. It's in Belmore, New York for $2,000. Brand new before it ever even comes out. I have a Jazzmaster Acoustasonic. Be the first to have one. Cash money.
So this used out here dropped the day that they launched.
At least they waited for the day that they launched.
They didn't break the embargo, so good for them.
Yeah.
But this led to a huge thread on the Facebook group, like people trying to figure out what's going on here. Who is this person? The first thought was like, oh my gosh, what YouTuber is this? And there was already people complaining on the internet that day, there's too many YouTubers talking about this guitar. I don't know how to watch something else on YouTube, so I just have to complain about it.
There's 40 of them, right?
There were 40 videos. It was a lot. Fender sent out a lot of these guitars.
Just keep scrolling.
You know, all of you were complaining that you had to see this guitar in your feed over and over and over again. Think about how I felt. I thought I was special. I thought I was the only one that got one. And then I find out that everyone got one. I don't feel special anymore, guys. Big problem, right?
Big Ryan's got big problems.
But this is, if this guy had been a YouTuber, I would have thought this was super duper tacky. It is kind of tacky, but it's not super duper tacky. I think it's really rude and tacky when YouTubers immediately flip the products that they were sent.
How long do you think is a reasonable?
As a rule of thumb, I try to keep everything at least 6 months.
6 months.
Because it's that gives me enough time to figure out if I'm going to make other content with it.
Right.
Figure out if there's concepts around it that I want to explore.
Yeah.
I'm planning on keeping my Acoustasonic for a while. I don't have any reason to get rid of it. I enjoy it.
I got to play it earlier. I didn't plug it in, but actually
Steve said awful things about it. He hates it.
I actually unplugged. I thought it sounded pretty good.
He didn't plug it in. He refused. I was like, hey, Steve, plug it in. He's like, I refuse to support this media scam, this shilling that you're doing, Ryan.
I think your kids are all in bed.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying you don't want to wake them up by plugging it in?
No, I'm saying I don't want to be murdered by your wife.
Oh. Well, we could do a headphone situation in a little bit if you want to. Yeah.
We'll see.
Wouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, we did some sleuthing. Well, the person who posted the ad did the sleuthing, and we figured out that this is actually the person selling it is a ex-American Idol contestant.
Yeah, and didn't get particularly far, but it sounds like it at least got far enough to launch a
well, it sounded like he was
some kind of music career,
16th place or something like that. So he got far enough to end up on Fender's artist list or something like that. So we know that 40 YouTube channels got these things.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many they sent out to just general artists and people in their Rolodex that they're like, oh, just flip through here. I'll just send it out to all these people. They
another 40.
They're Fender artists. Just get them one of these guitars and we'll see what happens. They really spread these things out. It's kind of wild. I don't want to sound like someone who's complaining about it because I appreciate being able
you kind of are
to be involved in it.
You sound very ungrateful.
I do wish I felt special. I wish I was the only special boy to get one. But it is pretty wild how many of these things they sent out.
Yeah.
We could assume that if they sent them out to artists as well as, YouTube people, that easily it's double than the amount of videos. It could be even more. That's a lot of guitars to send out.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a flagship thing for them. This season, they aren't. What was the last thing they launched was the Ampro 2s, and that was back in the winter, right? That was months ago. I feel like that was November.
I don't remember.
So this is the only thing launching this moment, unless they start launching the Squire stuff that they tease.
Fender's just got a bunch of SpaceX rockets in their in their warehouse and launch the guitars. Burr, 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 burr.
You're going rocket tech on this. You're going Elon Musk. I'm imagining a catapult. What do you think about all the hate these are getting on the internet? Like all the backlash and the people who are like, I wouldn't pay $30 for that. First of all, everyone who said that, yes, you would. If you saw this locally for $30, you'd go buy one. You absolutely would. If you saw one locally for a couple $100, you'd go buy one because you know you'd be able to flip it.
Yeah, right. So here's the thing. Here's my take. A lot of people want to compare it to the 90s, early 2000s one, and of which there were actually like 3 different versions.
Yeah, they made a bunch of those.
The first version, garbage.
Oh yeah.
The third version, garbage. I actually thought the second version was okay.
What was the second version like?
The second version was still plastic back, but it actually had some like more improved features. It had actually had a compensated saddle on it.
Okay.
I
just remember them.
It just overall was seemed like it was a better built.
Sure. I just remember everyone that I picked up of those original versions just were set up awful and just felt like really cheap, bad versions of acoustic guitars. Like beyond here's a thin bodied thing for, your rock and roll stage so you can play Every Rose Has Its Thorn, on something that's shaped like a Strat. It was like, this doesn't feel like a good guitar. It's wild that they went for just a full remake of it to try to make it as high end as they can. And apparently that worked, and they sell like hotcakes.
I know they did the Telecaster version and the Strat version. I played the Telecaster version at NAMM. I feel like the Jazzmaster version as an acoustic instrument seems better. It's that extra body size, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, it is a little bit bigger. It's got more surface area on the top for sure.
And maybe it's just because I'm in the garage versus trying to play it in an open space. Maybe in a big open space, I'd be a bit more.
Well, it is.
I'd feel like it. I'd feel like because the one I played at NAMM, I felt like it was a little anemic for an acoustic.
But I mean, at NAMM, you're competing with so much going on audibly.
I would say that the way yours is currently set up, so I can't speak to the tone. I'm just speaking to the current setup, and it seems like maybe it has some more room just for general tweaking.
Yeah, you like your action to be lightning fast, and I don't have it set up that way.
I feel like there's still a little room for the neck to be a little faster.
Right. Just a little tweaking.
I don't know what the strings are that are on it, but they feel a little heavier than what I would even use on acoustic. But these are minor things. These are things that I think are possibly setup issues, or just again string gauge.
I want to try it with electric strings and see how that pickup sounds with electric strings running over
I would say the way yours is currently set up, I would, if you were a singer songwriter type who is the front man of a band, maybe this would be ideal. You have a lead guitarist, so you're never really playing single notes above the 9th fret.
Sure.
You're in good shape here. I think above the 9th fret on, again, the way yours is currently set up. The neck itself, the neck build, seems really solid. It's just kind of an action
It's a Strat
thing.
neck. Or it's a Jazzmaster neck. It's probably the same neck they put on the Strat.
I will say, and you pointed this out in your video, that funky yellow spot. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it looks great in person.
So I looked it up. I don't remember you mentioning it in the video.
I did towards the end.
I know you pointed it out, but you kind of alluded to this. So that is a ebony fretboard,
right?
And so they are doing the Taylor thing of they're just getting ebony.
Yeah.
And saying ebony is ebony, we don't need it to be we don't need to be the blackest ebony.
Right.
We're just going to use it because it's good wood. So I think that's really cool of them.
It is. And it's good for the forest, and I think it's a good, interesting look.
And this is a good model to do this on. It gives it an interesting look. So now that I'm done shilling for Fender, I expect a $7,000 check in the mail. No, I heard it was $10,000 that
now
we
I've got to bleep out our Fender guy's name. Thanks a lot, Steve. I'm just gonna have to cut this whole section out. Thanks a lot, dude.
It's a pretty common name.
Never gonna end.
All right, you want to do another sponsor spot?
Yeah, let's do another sponsor spot.
This episode's also brought to you by Big Ear Pedals. Ryan's going to go back there and try to find some Big Ear pedals. I've still got...
I grabbed the L. I have selected the L. It is very effective.
I've been using not the L. I've been using the Albi on my baseboard still. I use setting 5 now in the ultra kneel mode. So bass players, if you want to try that out, it gives it a really big fat sound, and your sound guy will go, "Are you really using an effect?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can hear it." I don't know. It sounds really cool though. I really like all of the different selections on the Albi. The curation on that is fantastic.
Are multi-effects too complicated for you?
Yes.
You want someone else to dial it in and give you the good sounds without having to think too hard? That's what the Albi's for. It's a collection. It's a curated collection of multi-effects already built for you. You don't have to get into submenus and dial everything in. It's already there. Stacks of delays and reverbs and choruses and modulations waiting for you on an 8-position selector dial with an ultra kneel mode, which means it ramps into different sounds, or you can set it to just be on that sound if you want.
I set it. I use the latching mode.
There you go.
So go check it out. BigEarPedals.com. Thanks, Grant and Karen, for supporting this show.
This exact episode. So thank you guys.
We're off the rails. You got anything new, Ryan?
I played at church again.
Oh,
and I
how was it?
I played that D'Angelico guitar, and I got more grass on my pedal board because we've been doing it outside.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. The bummer of playing this past week is that it was daylight savings time,
dude.
Oh my gosh, that was rough.
You ready?
I was in a daze.
Were you on time?
I was on time, but everyone else was a little bit late, so I felt like a sucker for being there like 20 minutes earlier than everyone else.
I played this Sunday as well, and apparently at some point I turned off location services for only my time, for only the clock on my phone. I had location services turned on for all other settings. Every other app, location services.
So your phone didn't update.
My phone didn't update. So my alarm goes off at 6:50. And I'm sitting there on the can, like, doing my normal morning routine. And I'm like, something about this morning just feels off. Like, I feel like I feel like it feels normal. It feels too normal. So I go on Google and I Google, what time is it? I've never Googled that before. I have Googled, like, what time is it in Brisbane? What time is it in Dublin? But I've never just Googled, what time is it?
Google, what year is it?
And
who's the president?
Google comes back, it's 8:15. And I go, and then I did this. No, that can't be right. Google, go home, you're drunk. and then I went downstairs and I looked at all of the clocks, and all of the clocks were the same time as my phone. But now here's the catch. I went to bed before my wife, so I thought maybe she changed all the clocks. She didn't change any of the clocks.
Change those clocks. My wife was late for church because she woke up to her alarm, then came downstairs and was going off the oven and the microwave clock, which had not been changed. And so she had like a long leisurely morning. I'm like, wow, I got plenty of time to just hang out this morning. And then realized, oh shoot, I'm looking at the oven clock.
Oh my God.
And so she was like a good 40 minutes late.
Jeez. So how'd it feel though? How'd it feel to get back in the saddle?
It feels good. It was my second Sunday getting back. It feels good to be playing with a band again. I miss doing that. I don't miss waking up, but I miss playing with the band. So it's been a lot of fun. I feel like I've got a lot of catching up to do because I've always taken the new gear that I've gotten in and gone and tested it out at church and see how it sounds in a band mix and stuff. And it's been like a year since I've done that.
You have so much gear to take to church.
There's all this stuff that I want to try, and I need to pace myself because I can't do it all at once because no one needs that. Right. I'm just going to drop all the Jupiter effects onto one board, and that'll be my pedal board for church one Sunday. Just hit that, that chaos switch on the super weirdo and see what happens. People are going to get saved.
Good luck with that.
People are going to come to Jesus when they hear me turn on that super weirdo. Should we do the last ad and get out of here?
Before we do the last ad, let's do some housekeeping. I feel like we
Sure.
should just do housekeeping next episode, but whatever.
We'll do it now.
We're
We
going
got
to do it this
time.
episode.
Yeah.
Housekeeping is a time of the show where we thank everyone who's supporting the show.
Yes.
So thanks all you people out there. You can head on over to patreon.com/60 Cycle Humcast if you want to support the show. Words, man. All right.
Words are hard.
So we're going to thank at the $5 level, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Brian Adkins.
Thank you,
Colin
Brian.
Held.
Thank you, Colin.
Thomas Knapp was at the $1 level, but he upgraded to the $5 level.
We're getting a little $5 in
Thanks,
here.
Thomas Knapp.
We got the $5 club.
At the $1 level, Ben. We got a couple one names this week. We had Patrick and Ben, and Dean Allagher. And then at the $2 level, I don't know if that's Australian $2 or I don't know who else would use an $2, but an $2. I don't know how much that is, but it's not an.
It could be a lot of money.
Is Ian Glencross. So thanks, Ian.
Thanks, Ian.
And at the $10 level, I cannot verify this, but at the $10 level, which is the inner circle level, is Scott Meese. And I'm not going to say this is or isn't the same Scott Meese, but if it is, Scott Meese is the guy that I bought my first effects pedals off of when I was 18 years old.
Whoa.
Or like 17, 18 years old.
Missed connections here.
I don't know if it is the same person or not, but
Scott, confirm or deny.
let us know.
Did you sell Steve pedals? Did you set him down this road to ruin?
It was I think a TU2, a Dunlop Crybaby.
Are you talking to you two to me?
Yeah. And a set of Dan Electro food pedals. Yeah.
You bought a lot of stuff off that dude.
Yeah. Well, I bought them all at once for like $100 for everything or
Wow.
something. I don't think it was $100. I don't remember how much it was, but so yeah. Thanks everyone for supporting the show. That's it. That's all I got.
This
All right.
ad was sent to us by Ted Jackal.
Yeah, a very cool and one-of-a-kind project. A stunning Telecaster bass, unknown year, in beautiful blonde finish. I don't know the exact year of the bass, nothing vintage, but it's still unique and definitely one-of-a-kind. I'm not sure the bridge is the optimal bridge for it. It's a project, so please consider it when sending an offer. It comes with an old hardshell case that has a band logo sprayed on top of it, but it's easily removable. Body is extremely lightweight. Don't pass on this one. It won't last.
What is he saying? What does he mean it won't last? Is it going to go bad? Is it going to spoil?
I don't.
It's going to melt in the summer heat. So yeah, this is a Telecaster body with a normal Telecaster bridge that happens to be missing all the saddles. But then it's got a bass neck slapped onto it. So it just feels like an unfinished project. Like someone got halfway through it, like, well, now I've got the neck. And they just looked at it like, I don't know how to put bass saddles on this, so I give up. I'm done.
Yeah.
And it was just
it's
never
a
finished.
Weird one.
I can imagine you'd have to re-drill holes in that bridge plate to outfit it with bass saddles. Like I'm not even sure how you would go about that.
Yeah, and they're asking $475.
That's a lot.
This is a big hard pass.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm sitting here trying to think of how to make the bridge work for a bass guitar, and I can't figure it out.
And this is a like an $800 price drop.
How much did they want for it before?
$12.99. Now maybe that's one of those ones where they listed it super high just so people would watch it, and then they dropped the price so all those people would get notifications.
And this is clearly some sort of, like all parts neck or something like that. It doesn't look like a fancy pants neck.
Yeah, I'm sure these individual components aren't the worst. Actually, the body itself honestly looks kind of chintzy.
There's something going on with the pickups, the pickguard spacing with the bridge. It's not centered with the bridge. But the body, there's something about it that looks cheap, and I can't put my finger on why it looks cheap.
Here's the thing. If you cannot identify a single part in your parts caster, then you can't list it for $500 and be like, it's a project.
And it also, all the parts look dirty and previously used. Like it looks like it was put together out of, ABC parts, already chewed parts.
Big no. This is a big nope.
Yeah. I mean, the trope here on this show is that we always look at everything and go like, oh, the price is too damn high. I'd barely pay half of what they're asking, but I can't even imagine what I would start at with this guitar, with this bass.
Like $100.
Like I would have to really figure out what I would do with the bridge to make it work with the neck. I almost feel like you just got to separate this thing. You got to take the neck off and find a bass body for it. Because are there...
I think I'd be willing
Telecaster tray style bass bridges that you could even throw onto this?
I think you just buy, if there's enough space, which it looks like there could be, you just get this old P bass... I say P bass. It's this old import style bridge. It's a 2-screw bass bridge. So it's just 2 barrels, 1 string per barrel. You see them a lot on like 80s, 70s, like P bass knockoffs. You might have to re-drill, but you might not. You might not. And I would start there and see if it would fit. And possibly you could take some measurements and see ahead of time. But that's what I'm saying, like $100. This is a project. This is a project with unidentified parts. If this was a Squire, like a Squire body,
right, you would at least know what it is.
And you slapped on an all parts neck, that would be like $125 because you know what the parts are. It's $100 neck and a $25 body.
Right.
As this is, you don't know what any of it is. And if it wasn't, when I say $125, that's like parts are identified and it's strung up, ready to go.
I mean, you look at it close and there's like a rust and crust on the frets, and this thing's never been used. Like, what is going on? It doesn't, like, the way that the neck looks, it doesn't look like it's going to be a high quality neck.
This is painful. This hurts my feeling.
It hurts your feeling.
Hurts my feeling.
Also, are those tuners mismatched for a Fender style bass? Like, I look at those tuners and I think like
they're not
Yamaha tuners.
No, the tuners are okay. I've seen some like J basses with that. Also, that's a vintage style split head tuner.
Right.
So that the tuner is fine. I understand what you're saying. Like you're used to the big like Clover tuner, but there's definitely plenty of Fenders that have this style of tuner. It's like like a low mass tuner.
Whenever I see a bass, I try not to look directly at it. So I don't know all the details of basses. A bass. I don't want to.
I mean, usually, like for most Fenders, you see the big open gear tuners, but at least that style of key isn't uncommon.
Now, do you like the concept? Would you rock a Tele bass like this?
I would be interested in trying this at least. This particular overall build, I think, is going to be super neck divey.
Yeah.
Especially he's like, oh, the body only weighs 5.8 pounds. It's like, well, all you've really said is this is gonna neck dive like crazy.
Right. The neck weighs 8.5.
Get your ultra wide, your 3-inch leather
it's also
strap.
A 24 fret neck. Do you think that this neck, the scale of it, would even work with the body?
I don't know. That's another question.
That's a huge question mark. Weird. I don't know.
It's really 24?
Yeah, it's got double dots on the last fret. Yeah.
12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22, 20. Dang.
It's a 24 fret.
I mean, so Fender did make a 24 fret jazz. But yeah, I would think that would warrant.
And there's room for another. This could be a
bridge position.
This could have been a 25 fret neck.
I can't really say because I just don't know, but I would have expected a different. Yeah,
it might work.
I don't think it'll work.
Well, those saddles would have. I'm doing like a finger measurement right now because that space between the 12th and the 24th would be about the same space between the bridge and the saddles would have to be right on the end of the bridge. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
The scale's all wrong. No, I guess it would be shorter. So maybe it would work. It might be conversion. I don't know. It's really hard to eyeball it and figure out if that would work.
I don't think it's going to work.
I have really bad instincts on this one.
I think you need to. No, I don't think it works.
All right, tell us about the song and let's get out of here.
Sure. This song, can you get the cable for me?
Oh, yeah.
This song was sent by Mike Packard. He says, "Hello, Ryan and Steve. Love the podcast and dig the videos. I don't know if you're still in a song drought. We're always in a song drought or not, but my band Sheen has one for you called 80,000 Pounds. It's a very heavy song. It's the opening song off our new album, Blendaphone. Drums and bass along with my 68 Harmony Rocket with gold foils into a Vox AC15 VR. Nothing in between. Album is available digitally everywhere, so you can check these guys out at sheentheband.com. I'll put a link below, of course.
Now I wanna go myself to the setting sun. I don't wanna know myself, just what I've done. I never saw it coming, I got caught up in the lights. I don't care how it happened now, I just wanna live through the night. It all happened one Sunday early on in June. Man, it felt so strange, just like a full moon. Well, it was something I felt until it was something I saw. No time to stop or turn, no time to withdraw. There she was in the middle of the road, not a single thing in sight. 80,000 pounds of broken steel and not 1 inch on the right. Around the back of a hidden curve, I saw 18 spinning wheels. I clipped the edge of the trailer bed. Now I know how she feels. I don't wanna go myself to the setting sun. I don't wanna know myself, just what I've done. I never saw it coming, I got caught up in the lights. I don't care how it happened now, I just wanna live through the night.
I liked it.
It's like a trucker song, right?
Yeah.
It's about trucking?
Is it?
Yeah, it sounded like it was about like driving a big rig.
I just really like that. I wouldn't have thought to use an old harmony like that. I feel like this is like a very, like a grunge, post-grunge era sound. And I just don't like if somebody said, "Hey, I got this old harmony," I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're doing that sound." But it worked.
Yeah,
it worked really
I
well.
like the fuzzy slide stuff going on. It was fun.
So very cool. Good
All
job.
right. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Stay grounded.